is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another 5-minute preview here on the channel. This week it is, of course, Portsmouth. Carlisle United versus Portsmouth then in Sky Bet League 1 action. It is at Fratton Park, Saturday the 21st of October, and it is, of course, a 3 o'clock kickoff. It's going to be a very difficult game, this one, for Carlisle, a long trip down there. But let's meet the opposition then in Portsmouth. They were founded in 1898. Their manager is John Mauricio. Their stadium, of course, is Fratton Park, which holds 20,899. And mile stadium to stadium, one way is 351. So a 702 mile round trip for any Carlisle fans making that at the weekend. So fair play to any one of you guys. Last season they finished 8th with 70 points, and this season they currently sit top of the league with, I actually believe it's 28 points. They sit top of the league with, I've put 27 there, so it's a bit of a typo on my part. But really, really good start to the season for Portsmouth. Looking at the previous 5 games then, Portsmouth with a 2-1 win over Lincoln. They then had a 2-1 win over Wigan Athletic as well. They then had a home game which was a 2-1 win over Wycombe. They then had the 2-0 win over Port Vale. They then had another home game which was a 5-1 win against Gillingham in the Papa John's Trophy, and then this weekend they were set to play Northampton, but that game, of course, was postponed due to the international call-ups. Carlisle's last 5: Wycombe 2-0, Peterborough 1-1, Bolton 3-1 win, the 2-0 loss in the Papa John's to Nottingham Forest under-21s, and then out game of the weekend, the 1-0 defeat to Leyton Orient. So as you can see, Portsmouth like to score goals, 2 goals minimum, by the look of it, and they've had a very good run over the last 5 games. They haven't been beaten in their last 5, which is exactly why they're top of Sky Bet League 1. So it's not going to be an easy game. Carlisle coming to this in form that isn't the best. You've got them 4 points against Peterborough and Bolton, but then they had that shocking display against Forest and a really poor display this weekend as well against Leyton Orient, and the self-inflicted loss against Wycombe. Looking at the head-to-head then, obviously we played them as recently as 2017. The picture on your screen there is from the 2-2 draw on the 3rd of April 2015. Just look at the crowd. The comparison between now and then is unbelievable, and obviously we weren't bad in them a couple of seasons. 2015, we obviously got the playoffs under Keith Curl, but looking at the head-to-head between us and Portsmouth, not good reading for a Carlisle perspective. Portsmouth have basically done us in every game apart from one there. 4 draws and the rest of them defeats. So definitely not one to be looking at with joy. Looking at the Portsmouth players, I've put as the player to watch as Will Norris, the goalkeeper. He spent a lot of time in the England like under-20s, under-17 sort of setup. Looks like a real good keeper. He's had Premier League experience with Wolves and I believe Crystal Palace as well. So I think he's a top goalkeeper, and you know, it's something where Carlisle at the minute may be struggling with that top goalkeeper. And obviously there's a lot of debate between Hawley and Anderson. I think Portsmouth have got it pretty nailed on though with Will Norris. And a familiar face is Joe Rafferty, played for Rochdale in League 2. So he's definitely been at Brunton Park 1 or 2 times over his career. So he's the familiar face, because there wasn't actually anyone that plays for Portsmouth that used to play for Carlisle or have been linked with Carlisle recently that I'm aware of. So it was quite hard to pick a familiar face, but he has played at Brunton Park and we've played him a few times as well. Looking at the team lineup then now, it was quite tricky for me for this one because I wasn't really feeling the 4-3-3. I don't think it's anything against the formation. I just think it's more the players aren't suited to the formation. I don't think Sean Maguire's a winger. I like Garner with a strike partner next to him as a 2 instead of a lone player in the middle. But I also don't think anyone off the bench really improves the team massively. So I've went with an unchanged starting lineup. I think it'll be interesting to see what Paul Simpson goes with. I've also went with a 2-0 defeat. I think Portsmouth have obviously started the season really, really well, and Carlisle at the minute just seem to be trying to find our mould. So I'm going to go with a 2-0 defeat, but I think that's a respectable game. You know, a team that are top of the league that are 700 miles round trip. It's not a game where you're looking and thinking that we should be going to win, really. So I think a 2-0 win would be respectable. But if you are new here, please subscribe to the channel if you are wanting some Sky Bet League One content. What are your predictions as well? Leave them in the comments down below. But thank you so much for watching. I have been CU04, and I'll see you in the next one.
I never miss, that's fact. Taking big swings, hand me the bat. Put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag. Cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light.